live webinar session organized by KCM Connect, a well-known IT consultancy service provider organization. On behalf of the organization, I, Tathagat Chakravarti, coordinating this webinar. Today, our speakers are going to discuss on a much talk prevailing situation, Zindagi Online, Chasing Happiness Quotient and Social Touch. We are conducting this webinar with our knowledge and consultancy partner, P Ahead Consultant and Vedant Educom. Let me introduce our eminent panelists today.
So in the chat box, I have given the code also 230403.
Thank you, ma'am.
So it remains
Right.
same
Thank you, ma'am.
for the session.
Let me introduce our eminent panelists today, starting with Mrs. Bhavna Paul. She is well-known psychologist, facilitator, and counselor, and she has also greater outreach to some internationally acclaimed schools situated in India. She also has expertise as wellness coach, educator, corporate trainer. She is the founder of Be Ahead Consultant, which gives wings to her to take her expertise to many educational institutes and HNIs. She has trained more than 10,000 teachers, students, parents, managers, and professionals with personalized counseling. She is a dedicated professional who loves to motivate everyone around her. She is very passionate about bringing satisfaction and happiness in people's life. Our next participant, Mrs. Mayuri Dutt, an ex-principal of CBSE School, Kolkata. Presently, she is mentoring schools in Punjab, UP, West Bengal. She is a resource person with the CBSE. She has 33 years of experience in academics and administration, having postgraduate diploma in human rights, rehabilitation management, counseling, and child therapy. She is the national co-convener of Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan, an online science talent search examination organized by Vigyan Prasar, NCRT, and Vigyan Bharati. She has traveled all over the country and interacted with more than 75,000 plus students and 5,000 plus teachers and principals. She is also the recipient of Saraswati Vidya Puraskar for Best Innovative Principal in 2003. She has coordinated in the project of 3 Guinness World Records created in November 2019. During the 5th International Science Festival by around 5,000 school students, along with Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India, and Vigyan Bharati, Kolkata. 2019 in the following categories. Largest astrophysics lesson considering of 1,598 participants on 5th November 2019. Second, most people, that is 268 assembling radio kits simultaneously on 7th November 2019. Third, largest human image of chromosome consisting of 415 participants on 8th November 2019. During lockdown, she is busy conducting online training on various topics like 21st century skills, e-teaching, etc., and conducted workshops for more than 5,000 teachers in UAE and Qatar for last 4 months. Our next participant, Dr. Arpita Datta Sutradhar. He is an executive zonal director of Schoolovia, an organization that is doing exemplary work in reaching out to school kids, teachers, and parents, and helping them in fighting depression, familial communication issues, and suicidal tendencies. She's also working with women self-help groups on market literacy and village entrepreneurship. She is an academician, a social activist, and a writer. She has been former Director of Communication, CSR and Training at Archie Business Resource Private Limited. She had also worked as freelance consultant at Academics Consultancy Skill Enhancement. She was former state in charge corporate relations at Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Jharkhand chapter, and she had been program coordinator and guest faculty at Indian Institute of Management, Ranchi. Our last participant, Dr. Shailaja Datta, Assistant Professor, Maharaja Surajmal Institute, New Delhi, has over 13 years of teaching and research experiences in the leading academic institutions, teaching students from various social and cultural backgrounds. She is also well versed with career counseling, coaching, etc. She has expertise in mentoring and planning team activities. Before starting the session, let me remind some rules of our webinar. This webinar will last for 1.5 hours, where our esteemed speakers will share their valuable ideas on the topic. In today's webinar, we have happiness activity session also, that is Mentimeter, conducted by Mrs. Bhavna Paul. Thereafter, we will take questions one after another from the participants. To ask question, please use reaction button and then write your query in chat. Moderator will then allow the participant to ask their questions. I would like to request everyone, before asking questions, please give your introduction to the audience. Participants are not allowed to switch on audio or video during the running session. In case of any query, please use chat window only to let moderator know your concern. I once again thank you all for participating in this webinar. Now to start the webinar, please welcome Mrs. Bhavna Paul with the topic Zindagi Online, Chasing Happiness Quotient and Social Touch.
So can I have my, can I share my screen, please?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have to just make me co-host and I'll do that and we'll start. So good evening, everyone. And thank you all for coming on Sunday, sparing time for us and coming on this Sunday for this wonderful initiative that KCM Connect has started. It's called Zindagi Online. So namaste to all of you. And I would like to start this conversation with a small shairi, if you all permit me to do that. So it says, जिंदगी कभी आसान तो कभी मुश्किल होती है. जिंदगी कभी आसान तो कभी मुश्किल होती है. कभी उफ तो कभी वाह होती है. कभी उफ तो कभी वाह होती है. ना भूलना अपनी स्माइल को, क्योंकि इससे हर मुश्किल आसान होती है. So today in this session also you have to be smiling, though it is Zindagi Online now. So this is something new that is started online, and we have to have that happiness and everything online also, and that is what the topic of today's session is all about. So I would like you, this is our session Zindagi Online. Welcome all of you on this wonderful session. So let's just start this thing with how are you feeling today. So probably you need to go to your Mentimeter, and there you have to, you can just log in your phone or whatever you are holding in your hand. You can write www.menti.com. And in that menti.com, the code is 230403. When you log in menti.com, it says 230403. So once you have to type how you are feeling today. Let's just know each other and let's just have a bonding. How are you feeling today? So there are options and you can type in your answer by going on to menti.com. You just have to go to menti.com, www.menti.com, and therein you have to type these options of excited. Are you excited? Are
Is
you
it
curious?
is it menti.com or mentimeter.com?
No, it's just menti.com. You don't have to go to Mentimeter. Just type in your browser www.menti.com
All right. Yes.
and it will ask you for a code. Type in the code 230403.
2304
03.
230403.
Yeah. And then you will see the screen, what you are seeing right now in front of you. And you can just choose one option, what you are feeling, so that I will have, because only one person has answered till now. So I need more participation in this. Yes, I've got some more people saying they are feeling excited. So I need some more participation in this. We have so many participants with us. This is something new online. So again, I will repeat, go on to www.menti.com. Just type in www. Organizer, can you please mute everyone right now? So you just have to go to menti.com, www.menti.com, and use the code 230403. It would be fun if everybody participates, because I've just got 2 people who have answered right now. Others also pick up your phone and go to www.menti.com and just type in 230403 so that we know how you are feeling. Are people getting it? Can I get a response? Can somebody unmute and tell me, are you able to do it?
Yep, I've done it.
Yeah, only 2 responses I've got till now. So I'm just waiting. Are people getting it or they're not getting it? We are 27 participants here. So I just want to check out. Only 2 people have done till now. Or if they are not getting it, then we can move forward. Okay, some more I got it. Yeah, curious. I got more participation. So I'll again repeat, go to menti.com. It's just simple MENTI, menti.com. It's there on the screen also. And the code is also coming there 230403, and type how you are feeling today. So that you come to know what are the feelings of our participants today. Are they happy? Are they excited? Or are they bored? Whatever it is. Okay, so I've just got 3 participation in this, so probably I don't want to waste more time. So let's make it more exciting today. This Zindagi online should be more exciting and more happening. So that is what we will try and do from our side. So I'll go back. On the other things, that the topic that we are going to cover in this Zindagi online is, it says how it's impacted our life. There has been a shift, a drastic shift into our lifestyle, into our life. So what exactly is happening now? As we can see, everyone, in fact everybody is online these days. You get so many invitations, everything is happening online. The shops have shifted online, the schools have shifted, their online classes are happening, colleges are happening online, everything is happening online. We also, the counselors or the psychologists also are giving our counselings, everything is happening online. So the entire scenario, the entire lifestyle, the way we used to live earlier has been drastically shifted to a new normal, which is called Zindagi Online. So this is some facts that I'm sharing with you guys. So this is like I took it from. It says around for the pandemic, there are over 290 million students across 22 countries which are getting affected, and in India, it's 32 crore students who have got affected in India, including those in schools and colleges. So this is some facts that we've got. So let's move forward. There would be professionals here. There would be people from different area, but everybody's life has got some kind of a impact because of COVID, and we have to now shift to the online thing. We all are learning. I'm also sailing in the same boat. I'm also learning each and every day. When we are taking sessions online, we are learning from the technology. We all are learning. So when we are learning, we are growing. So anyway, we've accepted this Zindagi, and I welcome this Zindagi. And as you all know, everything has its pros and cons. So we will have a discussion also here. So this is what how it is impacting the children from the books. Now the entire books are coming onto the online session. This is some picture that I'm trying to show how students are studying these days. From the books earlier when it was face to face, now it's like this. So we'll have a interactive session. Yes, I wanted to show you everything. Every coin has two sides. So we have good points also, and we have some disadvantages also. So I would like to know from the audience, what do they feel? What is, advantages they feel? So again, I would like the audience to participate and let me know what are the advantages of this digital education, digital learning, or this new life, or this is new online zindagi. So again, we have to log in onto menti.com, and probably there you need to type your answers so that we can know how do you feel. What is your feelings about digital education? So I'm just opening that screen so that we can again go on to the menti.com. Yes, so I'm just sending the question again to you. The impact of, it says the impact of digital education. What are the advantages? So you can again go to menti.com, www.menti.com, and there you can type in the code, which is 230403. And I want more participation so that I can understand how do you feel, because we have so much to give it to you, but I want to understand from the participants, because you all are going through it and we can learn from each other. So whatever single word you feel like, you can type in here the advantages that is giving us this online. Then I will share my viewpoint, but I would like to know what are your viewpoints. What are the advantages you are seeing in your life? So can I have some participation? And if anyone is facing any problem in login to menti.com, they can unmute themselves and they can ask me. So please put in a word, yeah, futuristic, meaningful, advanced, wonderful. So can I have some more participation, please? What are the advantages of this? Very good, it's coming. Easy to use, meaningful, information on fingertips. Wonderful. Some more participants so that we can have, a big learning. Like every one of us has something to share. I'm pretty sure you all have so much of wisdom that today you can share. How are you feeling? What are the advantages you are facing in your life with this new lifestyle? Like for me, it's of course wonderful. Yes, it's easy to use, advanced. Yes, we can reach out to so many people. Like today, I'm reaching out to so many people right now. We are 27 people in this group. So in the one go, we can reach out to so many people in any part of the country. That is one of the advantage I feel very good about, because I'm a person who loves to be a people's person. So probably reaching out to different people in different cities in one go is the advantage that I feel. So can we have some more participation on this? Because I got only 3 responses. So earlier also there were 2. So try and get used to this Menti, because we will have some fun also on this, because there are some kind of a quiz or activities that we are going to be doing on this. So just get used to menti.com. It's very simple. You don't have to do anything. You just have to log in, use the code and type. Whatever the options are there, you can type in there. And we can have a group discussion here only. Online group discussion can happen.
In
So are
case
we have
someone is having issue with the URL, I have just provided that in chat, so one can see this URL, what is the website, and the code as well. This is in the chat, Zoom chat.
Even Bhavna ma'am, if that your blackboard can be displayed here in the screen, the interest will be created more. Like we are unable to see what people are writing. So if your board can be displayed, so then they will get the interest of noting down.
Okay, so
It's
I
a very
need to
really fun-filled
you
activity.
can't, so you yeah, it's a fun-filled activity. So you can't see my screen right now.
No, we cannot see
Okay.
anything. I don't know about others. I'm unable to see.
So can
No,
what's
this is not visible actually. Yeah.
it's not
Nothing is there.
visible.
It has to be visible so that the interest go among the participants actually in
Okay.
Mentimeter
Yeah,
program.
I'm just doing it. I'm just sharing it. Let's see. Is it? Can everyone see it now?
Yes, ma'am. Now we can see.
Okay. Thank
So
you so much.
now
Thank you.
this participant should know that they are writing down directly in your screen. Actually,
Yes,
now
they are
see,
writing. Yeah,
you will
yeah.
find more interest among the participants. Just see
Yes.
how it
Now
will go.
it's really coming up well now. We've got
Yes,
6 participants now.
yes,
So it's instant access. Somebody is saying it's entertaining, reaching
yes.
out possible, wonderful, meaningful. It's really great. So much of participation is happening. If you can now do more, so it will be nice.
This should be filled up now.
It should be filled up because it's very colorful. It looks really nice when people write on this. Okay, so we can move forward also. So these are some of the advantages that group is sharing. So I will also share some advantages with you so that we can sum up what are the impact of digital education and seeing both the side of the coin. So I'll just move forward. Yeah. So can you see my screen right now? Is my screen visible?
Yes, it's back to impact. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So these are some of the advantages that I thought I can share with all of you. So it's like a revolution. It's a complete revolution. In the way we learn today has been brought up about by technology. We are learning so much by technology. And if we see in the education, each student is getting a contact with a world-class education. So it's not about just in India. You can reach out to any university, anywhere, any part of the world, and world-class universities. Also, there are so many online courses these days. We can just the platform learning platforms is open for everyone. So it's, yeah, a lot of participant has written this interesting, enjoyable, entertaining. So I had also written the same thing. So a lot of online courses that we have, and unlimited participation also a lot of people can access. So there's no physical boundary as such. And people who never expected or they never wanted to get into this, using the technology, now they have to, because this has become the new normal thing. Even the senior citizens who were little hesitant to use the technology, now they are using it. In fact, I have seen my parents and I've seen people around me, elders in the house, they are actually enjoying it and they are learning from this digital education. So as we were discussing, it has advantages also, so it has disadvantages also. So let's again go on to the Menti, and there you can again type in what are the disadvantages of going into digital. So I'm just typing in the question because this is my free version. So I have to, okay, there it goes. So you can go on to the Menti again, and you can everyone see my screen right now? Ma'am, is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay, so now you can again go to Menti, and there you can give your viewpoints about the disadvantages of the digital education. So again, please go to menti.com and use the code 230403. So you can keep that on and you can just type in the code also. You don't need to type again and again. Is it coming on your screens, the menti.com, the disadvantages? No boundaries, wide spectrum. That's more of the advantages. I'm looking for disadvantages. What are the problems now that we are going to face because of so much on, we are going to be online, too much information, yes, vision syndrome, wide spectrum, yeah, no boundary, of course, we are getting too much of data, the download is too much, so that's really great. Some more participation. What do you think? What are the disadvantages of uh, being online or this online new online zindagi? If some more participation can come, so that we can have more disadvantages. We all are learning from each other. So try and type in, because I've just got 2 responses, because after this there is one fun activity in which I want all the participants to participate and enjoy this. You know, we have to create this happiness. Yes, thank you for participation. False information. Yes, we have to be very careful what kind of information. Is it true or is it a fake news? So that needs to be checked. Yeah, personal touch. Okay. Distraction, yes, it has a lot of distraction, because these days, when if you will see students, they are online all the time, they are taking their classes, and in between when their videos are off and their audio is off, you can't make out whether they are taking a class or not. At the background they would be doing something else also, so it's a distraction. Yeah, overwhelming, yet it is quite overwhelming. So very true. So we'll just see what I have written, so that we'll just sum it up. So there are a lot of points here, but I will just touch on the main ones. I'm not going to go through all. So it's like traditional learning is no more there, where we used to have that social connect. That's not there. There is, but then not that much. It is also cost effective, of course it is, and they are confined to their comfort zone. Actually, everyone is learning in their comfort zone. I see students, when they are taking classes, some of them, they switch off their videos and audios, and at the background they might be lying down, they might be eating. So all these things are coming up. And of course, students who are into rural areas, they are badly impacted, because the government has not given us required infrastructure, is not there. So the e-learning, maybe a lot of people might drop out because they don't have the atmosphere, and the government has to do lot and lot in this area to make it more reach out to each and every person, and to reach out to all the cities in tier 2 and tier 3. And then we have distraction. One of you had written distraction because of the games and social medias at home. And then teachers are facing a lot of stress, and everybody, in fact, the jobs are diminishing, and there is lot of stress and lot of problems happening, because being a counselor, I really get a lot of calls from people. They are stressed out. So let's see, let's talk on this. Is digital technology creating addiction towards it? Are we getting addicted towards it? So if anyone in the audience would like to speak, they can unmute themselves and talk about this. Is digital technology creating kind of addiction towards it? Are we getting addicted towards it? Anybody would like to speak from the participants? Because this I have not got on Menti. I would like anyone, if anyone would like to participate and give their views. Are we getting addicted? Because it's been almost 4 months now, like this online activity started. So are we getting addicted? I just want some answers, yes or no, or you can type it in the chat box also. Whatever you
Uh,
feel, yes or no, whatever you are feeling, you can just type in into your chat box. So
Ma'am, I think we should continue our session, and in question answer session, we can take this
okay,
issue up.
fine. So okay, I'll do that. So then I would like to create a balance, whatever we are facing the advantage, because I'm seeing the time and other participants are also there who wants to speak about it. So I would like to conclude my talk on something called what are the bright sides of social. No, I would like to create how we can create a balance between two. We have advantages also, and we have disadvantages also. So how can you create a balance between these two? So these are the few tips that I would like to share with you, and I would like participants to participate in this activity, so that we can understand how we can have this happiness quotient, and how we can maintain our happiness quotient, and social distancing also is there. So holistically we need to balance. First is the physical thing, as we can balance it physically. So what we can do right now is, if all of you can switch on your videos and quickly make a tree pose by sitting only. We can have this yoga tree pose. This is kind of a physical activity. When we are online, still we can do a lot of physical activity and have that, activities. We are more active. So while sitting, while watching something online, also we can do a lot of physical activities. So if you all can do this, like I can see a few people on the videos, and if you can do that, it would be wonderful. Yes, I can see Ramesh sir doing it. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for doing it. So this is the way we can create a happiness, and we can have a social connect also. Like I could connect with Ramesh sir when he did like this. So there was some social connect. Yes, sir. And then we can have a mental activities also we can do. So this is one. If you can switch on your videos right now and you can do this with me. So it's called 1 and 5. So with one hand you are creating 5, and with the other hand it's 1. So we will switch on like 5, 1, this way. So if yes, sir, Ramesh sir, I can see you doing it. Very good, wonderful. He's doing it so nicely. So these are some tips for your mental activity. We can create that online also. When we are talking to someone, in between we can have the short things like this. And something like social now. Social, how can I create this social thing with you? How can I have this social connect with you, an online thing? So a small activity again, if participants are ready to do it. So can you help me in this, Tathakat sir?
Madam, I think the activity portion and question answer session, we can
We'll
take
do it
later
later.
on.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this social
because
thing I will leave it.
right, we
And
need to explain our point of view first, then we'll
okay,
take participation from
okay, fine.
participants.
As you
That
say,
will be.
as
Yeah.
you say. So probably the biggest thing is biggest asset it says is your mindset. So if your mindset is balanced, you are balanced, then you can handle everything, and you are ready to change yourself. Most of people are now online, and their zindagi is online now. So now what we are going to do is we have to create a balance between these two. So this is all from my side. I have shared some of my viewpoints because there are other speakers also who would like to share their viewpoint. So I would hand it over to the other speaker. So respecting the time, thank you everyone for patiently listening to me and participating. So I would request the next speaker, they can take up and take the session forward.
Thank you, Bhavna ji, for your presentation. And now I'd like to ask Mayuri ma'am to give her point of view. Over to Mayuri ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Bhavna ma'am. You have covered most of the things which are required for Zindagi online right now. So I'll just deviate the talk from Zindagi to what actually we are right now supposed to do and take care of. Let's go in for the bright side of social distancing, maintaining happiness quotient. That would be better because that's one thing which we are talking about right now. We personally feel that the world of work thrives on planning. However, the unpredictability has disrupted our routine companies. We all know that in 1914 and 1918, World War was there and 22 million people died. In 1980 and 20, Spanish flu, 50 million people died. Today we have all comforts and all everything is there amid this period, and now what is happening, we are still complaining and blaming the condition which has come up. So in that context I would say that let's think of what we can take care of during this pandemic period, and I would just put my stress upon that. See, anxiety and fear seems to be growing and casting cloud of uncertainty right now. The continuous media cycle and deluge of WhatsApp messages is really disturbing us. I just want one thing to tell you all, that I have 3 dogs in my house, though I'm controlling them, but if you hear any barking, please don't, please excuse me, like I'm controlling them right now. Uh, they would not leave me anyways. So there I was, that WhatsApp messages are surrounding us. The outbreak has also helped in stoking us. The fear is there in us. What is to be done? How we practice the social distancing? This is our real worry right now. And the flip side is the work from home thing which has come up. Not only for students to have their classes online, in fact, everywhere, everything, we are actually taking care of how we are working from home. So this work from home is actually meaningful connection that is helping us to go into some kind of a creativity. See, like today we saw how creative Bhavna Ma'am was while she was conducting her program. So with due course of time and with the access which we have just started coming up with a lot of creativity to control and manage present situation wherein we are actually giving online teaching to students. We are training a teacher to teach the students. We are actually teaching our workers to work according to what is our requirement. People are working from home. In fact, the families are together and everyone is helping each other to overcome this stress and this problem which is there presently during the pandemic. So in that context, I would just come up with one thing, that there are certain norms which we need to follow while being at home, while working from home. That's how we are going to dedicate our workspace, how we are going to follow the ground rules, how we dress to impress while working from home, how we should be seen and heard, how we have to eat well. The main problem which is right now happening is that we are actually not sleeping and eating well during this pandemic period. We are not following the time. If we are asking teachers, like you rightly said, that when students are taking the classes, since the videos are off, you don't know in which manner they are taking the classes, whether they are taking the classes or they are hearing the classes or they are roaming around when they are doing the classes. So these are certain things which one has to take care of. You talked about yoga and the exercises along with mental physical exercise is required. And the other thing is that we have to be attached, we have to be connected. We need to call friends and colleagues, and you may have to see that we are connected with people so that that kind of an happiness still stays. One thing is that learning something new. Most of our audience today learned Mentimeter through Bhavna ma'am. This is one thing which we are actually learning with each program which we are conducting or attending. That we are learning something new, and that is the call of the hour, that let's make sure that we will bring that happiness in us by learning something new. Because we always believe happiness is something which comes from within. So in case of happiness, one has to always remember that we need to be emotionally happy. And for emotionally happy, we have to have the feeling that is independent of the fact that someone externally has to love you to make you feel happy. And it's good about it. So keeping these things in mind, we need to do what we love, what we would like to do, and what people around us are loving to do. This is something. We have to restrict media consumption. Bhavna ma'am has rightly said that we have to hear to proper things through when we are actually following the media. We should not see news of gloom and despair. We have to be mindful of what's happening, and we have to make sure that we indulge into self-care more than we indulge into going into such gloomy things which are coming to us. Now, power of music is something which is really wonderful, and I would suggest that we all should use music because it has a therapeutic effect, and it changes our mood and emotions. So to just a minute.
So ma'am was very right about the music. That we can do is music is actually very therapeutic, and I can add something to it is meditation also. If a lot of people can connect with meditation, so meditation is nothing rocket science, it's very very simple, but the effects and benefits that you get is like you'll start feeling happiness from inside actually when once you are meditating. So meditation is like a self talk that you do to yourself. So that adds on to the music. You can play a music at the background, sit at the quiet place and just observe your breathing and just talk to yourself. So that really helps. And another thing, like ma'am was talking, Mayuri ma'am, about the health part of it. So these days, as we are all confined to the inside in the rooms, probably I would suggest just go out to your terrace or in balconies or downstairs. Now it's allowed in the society to take a walk. Take lots and lots of oxygen, because the oxygen will really help you to feel better. So now I think I've added few more points to Mayuri ma'am. So if anyone, any
I'm
other
really
speakers want to add something.
sorry for the disruption in between time. Should I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes ma'am, yes ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
I'm really sorry. I have 4 Dalmatian, you know. My son took them on the terrace and then they came running down just to come to me. Really
I
sorry.
can understand. It's
Anyways,
okay.
so one thing I would like to put stress more upon is that right now we are in a position where we need to take up psychological first aid. Psychological first aid is a new norm which has come up through John Hopkins Hospital. And they have come up with some remedies and some systems in which if we are taken over with the psychological first aid, that's going to really help us in dealing with this present situation known as pandemic. Because right now we are managing in everything, but in due course of time, this managing will take us toll into our mental health. Not only mental health, physical health also, because we are indoor, we are not doing much of the activities. Obesity is going to come in a very big form once again to India and all the countries, in fact. And here, if we are much careful in taking care of physical, psychological first aid, this is going to be very good. Because what personally we feel that that anger, anxiety, and hopelessness actually create negative emotions. And to overcome these negative emotions, we have to go in for psychological first aid. We have to make sure that we'll help people to understand and cope up with the distress. We have to come forward. We know we cannot do community services right now, but through online, if we can come up and just help people to overcome these kind of mental health worries and these tensions. In case of this psychological first aid, I would suggest 3 points which are very good when we adapt to this thing. First is help people feel safe. This is what we are actually unable to create. So this is a difficult time, and during this raging pandemic period, we need to take care of helping people to feel safe, because we need to know that right now each and every member is vulnerable. The second principle of psychological first aid would be the sense of calm by helping people. Helping people, like what we have found that how we can control our emotions. The parents are unable to control their emotions. How can we help children to control theirs? So that social distancing is creating this problem. So this particular mode will be very helpful, that we will calm people around, and that should be our job. The third key point is that helping people around. We have seen that in India, people have come out of their house to help the migrants who had started walking towards their own cities and houses. And we have seen how some people have really suffered also, because they have got COVID while touching them. But anyways, I should say that we should now take care of another thing, that is the fourth key is for social connection. If not physical, we have to be very careful and have a social connection with our people. Now, the other thing which is very important is how to find resilience during the coronavirus period. This resilience is very important right now. Don't worry if the pandemic is wearing on you. You don't necessarily need to start a brand new organization, as I say. Our journey toward resilience can start with a single action. That is, we can build the muscles and skills of resilience. You may not have them inherently, but you can develop them. What has been said by many clinical psychologists and professors of psychiatry and behavioral science. One of the first ways to make yourself resilient is to begin by reaching out to friends, family, or others in your immediate community for connection. It's so critical that you are not just in your head. You can make sure to focus on things that you can control, so that you can also accept the uncertainty of what you can change, despite what is happening outside with public health or the economy. We still maintain a power of self-regulation over our own bodies. That means setting routines for refreshing sleep and eating healthy meals. And for key ways for each of us can directly assert control in a dynamic environment. Uncertainties at this time, creating an action plan for when things aren't going well. For instance, if you are unemployed, try to learn new skills or to pick up a new hobby, building or rebuilding. One's own confidence during global tumultuous time can mean working in our own areas of confidence. We may not have been doing well in school, but if you are a social butterfly, you can find creative ways to reach out to others. Being able to resilient is being able to think more divergently rather than in a straight line, as said. We have to know to be gentle. This is one thing I would just ask people to be, because the backbone of resilient is community support. And the fact is harder to achieve now with social distancing in place as one of the most main aspect of pandemic life is maintaining social distancing. People are saying social distancing, but I say it is physical distancing. That declines in human interaction during the pandemic has real effect in our brain chemistry. This is half the battle of coming up with new hacks as we seek to remedy it. Now, we don't have encouraging meaningful interaction with people. So we have an oxytocin deficit. You know, if we don't have interaction with people, we have one deficit, which is really going to make us suffer. And oxytocin is often called as a love hormone, which is released when we hug or kiss or make love. So parents are flooded with it when they see their newborn's eyes for the first time. Science shows that human and dog feels a surge of it when they gaze into each other's eyes. So the reason here is for keeping cool head, we can still steal a slight time to love hormones for a passing glance. During lockdown, what I would suggest that you should go around hugging your own people. You can get back your oxytocin baseline. And during the pandemic, by seeking deep hugs from your family members, close friends, and your immediate bubbles, it's going to help you to retain oxytocin. Now, you have to be very vigilant because our bodies are simply incapable of sustaining the fight or flight response for years. After a few months, people's body naturally adapt to the status quo, a state of internal stability that biologist calls it homeostasis. Indeed, quarantine fatigue will come up to us. Like we were quarantined, we are isolated, we are not mixing with people, we are not doing social interaction. This is going to really create some problem in us physically, which has set in. People are still in the crisis, thought it might not be the same way. We have homosexually returned to baseline before for too much fear. Because of fear, this problem is there in us. And now we are suffering because there is not enough homeostasis that has to come into our body. So coronavirus is still asking, rather it's a big threat as it ever was, and still cases are struggling in almost all states. We risk conceiving of a pandemic as a tolerable form of risk from akin to car accidents. Even if we get a second wave, we won't be scared of it in the same way. You cannot say because we had been abnormal for long. Now, understand your brain. Right now, we have to make sure that we understand our brain and the physical need. So one rule for this is that we should be mindful of how and when to consume news and information. The other thing I will be saying that we have to translate swelling uncertainty into a more tangible set of calculated risks we can manage. Now, I would say that let us motivate everyone to be very careful, because if we are stimulated by neurotransmitters, dopamine, and a chemical messenger that plays a role in how we think and plan, then we are definitely going to have a lot of problem coming up. Finding long-term misuses, I can say my biggest advice is that let's find something we care about in our community. Let's start it small. Let people love and hug and be with the closed one. Let us all pray to God to somehow pass this particular period, which has come once 100 years. And the biggest thing is to identify a problem, get over it, and be inspired with whatever we have. With this, I would like to thank to what I wanted to say. A lot can be talked about technology, a lot can be talked about other things coming up, but we have other speakers. So I would request now the other speakers to take the reins and take the mic. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miriam, for a very interesting discussion and bringing up some topic like time and activity, music therapy, and psychological first aid concept to us. Now moving on to our next participant, Arpita ji. I would like to invite her to share her views on today's topic. Ma'am.
Thanks, Tathagat. And you have really given us a very good topic. Zindagi Online. Zindagi Online translates to Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara.
Right.
और और मयूरी जी, मुझे आपका एक चीज बड़ा अच्छा लगा. मैं थोड़ा हिंदी में भी इसलिए बोल रही हूँ क्योंकि हमारे काफी फेसबुक व्यूअर्स जो भी हैं, मुझे लगता है कि अगर हम हिंदी इंग्लिश मिला के बोलते हैं तो दे विल बी वेरी कंफर्टेबल.
नहीं, मैं हिंदी में बोलती, बट बंगाल में रहकर हिंदी खराब हो गई है मेरी.
कोई नहीं. तो मयूरी जी, मुझे एक चीज बहुत अच्छा लगा आपका, जिंदगी ऑनलाइन पे आप बात कर रही थी एंड योर डॉग जस्ट बार्ज्ड इट.
Yes.
You know how beautiful is that? That is life. I mean, balancing zindagi online so well.
Yes. Very well said.
So
Thank
well.
you.
So I mean, this puts everything in a perspective कि मतलब जिंदगी ऑनलाइन हमारे लिए अभी एक necessity हो गई है. It's become a necessity for us right now.
Yes.
It is something that has been forced upon us. एक घंटे फेस यार रहने दो, बाद में देखेंगे. You get so bored, and it is with everybody. So I was just artificial intelligence which says that that we have been facing the lowest level of happiness in the last 10 years.
Correct.
The quotient of happiness has completely come down. So why it has come down, for what reason? During COVID-19, I feel that our viewpoints have kind of been rapidly displaced by a lot of things which we never thought about. We never thought that we would be at home 24 hours. We never thought that, we'll be with our children for so many hours. कभी नहीं सोचा हमने. बच्चों ने कभी नहीं हमारे पीछे पड़े हुए हैं. मतलब उन्हें सब कुछ नजर कर क्या रहे हैं. तो यार मतलब ये कोविड-19 खत्म करो. So anyways, this COVID-19 is not going to end so soon. I mean, we have to live with it. It's not just a pandemic, but it is what a lot of experts are defining as a disaster. So happiness is, I understand, the main ingredient for anything to work very well. तो जिंदगी ऑनलाइन में आपने, भावना जी ने इतना बढ़िया बोल दिया. मेरे पास कभी on Zindagi Online that I have been facing for the last 3 months, which I feel a lot of people might agree with. When this pandemic broke, excuse me.
It's your time now.
Okay. When this pandemic broke, the first thing that happened was a lot of people started getting infected. A lot of issues started happening. A lot of families lost their loved ones. And the tragedy was that while families lost their loved ones, गवर्नमेंट के बुक में ये सिर्फ एक फिगर बन के रह गई. So a lot of people started coming online, taking forward their pain, taking forward their sorrows, sharing it with the public in general. And that brought in a lot of empathy, that brought in a lot of sympathy. So I would say that life online right now is more like a huge global family. You have people from all across who come in, who join in, who empathize with you, who corona relief in Ranchi with the district administration. And I would say that internet was one of the biggest sources that connected us to everybody. We had this huge volunteers group where everybody would put in their requirements, where they would put in requirements of people who needed to be fed, who needed to be rescued, who needed to be given medicines, who needed to be taken to the hospital. So it was like a life was moving online, a life which was somehow coming to existence. It was breathing on its own, and it has suddenly taken a lot of place in our existence. We cannot now say that we can live without being online. We cannot say that we can live without not, reaching out to people we have never ever met before. So these are some of the issues I feel Zindagi Online has given us. Uh, I don't know. I really don't have very much to add right now because Mayuri ji made so many things so clear. You know, she spoke about psychological well-being, how we should be psychologically how should we be, mentally stable, how we should be mentally strong to take up issues. So a lot of things have already been taken up by the speakers, so I don't really have much to add on. But I would like to say one thing that a few things have had a lot of negative impact on Zindagi Online. And being in Skolovia, have faced this. Children are coming up with syndromes of irritation, they are coming up with syndromes of anger, and they are coming up with syndromes of depression. So, this is very frightening. I, for one, have been talking to my young one. He's in the sixth grade and he hates studying online. He completely hates it. So, when we told him, why do you hate it so much? He says, for one, I am not able to relate to what the teacher is telling me because for one, I'm not able to see my teacher. And most importantly, I'm not able to see my friends who used to sit around me. हम बैठते थे एक साथ बैठते थे we would have eye contact, we knew that each person was around us, and studying was fun. So studying is not fun now. Studying has become a very perfect perfunctory thing right now.
I will I
पढ़ना है
will
तो पढ़ना है.
I will add one point here, ma'am. This is
Sure.
Rajiv. So
Yeah,
what
yeah.
actually has happening nowadays, what I see, that कि जिस समय बच्चे बैठे हुए ना कि अगर ज्यादा कुछ हो रहा है ठीक है स्क्रीन ऑफ कर दो, टीचर देखेंगे नहीं, उधर से टीचर जो है बार बार बोले so
हाँ,
and so
वो तो
name,
होता ही है,
so and so
वो तो
name,
होता ही है.
switch on your video. लीजिए आप बच्चे वीडियो ऑन करने से रहे, बट क्लास में अगर ये शरारत हो वो करके दिखा ले, तो ये एक तरह से ना एक तरह से नेगेटिविटी भी है इसकी कि डिसिप्लिन जो है
बिल्कुल
वो थोड़ा सा बच्चों के लाइफ से बाहर होता जा रहा है. उन्हें मान लो कि भाई
बिल्कुल
यहाँ पर हाथ में की है, कर लो, कुछ भी करना है, टीचर क्या करेंगे.
बिल्कुल. A lot of things are going out of hand, and when you tell the children कि नहीं बैठो, नहीं पढ़ो, नहीं इसको करो, तुमने होमवर्क नहीं किया, मैम ने ये तुमको करने दिया, तुमने नहीं किया. So there's a lot of irritation in the child कि मतलब what is this? पहले मैं I had this fixed time to go to school, study, come back home, play around a bit, and then again study. And now like it is a 24 hours thing. It's like stretching. Like even teachers say the same thing. Teachers today say that we had a particular schedule when we were in school, but right now it is like a 24 hours job for us. We are working 24 hours. We are preparing lesson plans, we are correcting questions, we are taking up questions, we are taking up doubts. So we are actually burning the midnight candle. So these are some of the issues which I feel that we have started
Good.
having in Zindagi Online.
Another
can
thing I'll
add-
pause and say, ma'am, that actually we are now preparing students for a career field that's longer going to be available.
And
Most of the things we are teaching children is now, which is not going to be available post-COVID. Many of the careers which will be absolute. So like we have to really not only think about how to teach online, but what to teach online is also a big issue
Exactly.
now.
So this is what
I
I'm
would
coming
like
to.
to add on this one thing. I can add if Arpita ma'am allows me to do that. So probably it is like giving them more creativity. If they are creative and they can handle the problems, whatever is coming in front of them, then I think the education would come. They would be able to, give society more, and they can solve problems. The creativity, but that's a little challenge that everyone is facing. How to be creative online.
True.
Exactly. I was coming to that, Bhavnaji.
Many
I was
tools.
coming to that.
Yeah.
I was coming to that. What I was basically saying is, we really need, I mean, since we are just talking of children and we are talking of how Zindagi online is for them. So right now the talk is like all on children, children time. So what I feel, or what a lot of people feel who believe in an alternative mode of education, that okay, fine, you keep a system of education wherein you teach all the normal things to the child, but maybe one should start an extra activity wherein you bring out the best of the child. So if the child is a good artist, why not have some extra classes, or why not have some project wherein the child can bring forth his or her talent. If a child is a good singer, so you have got singing classes, so why don't you tell each child to record a song that the child likes and send it,
But
and then
but
maybe you can allot a online prize for it.
Arpita
Very
ma'am, I
small
will
things.
add one more thing here, that to make them do these activities, at least they need to do under the supervision, or at least with support of their parent or someone elderly. But
Absolutely.
what
Their
actually is
parents need
happening,
to be
the
here.
elders are also
Parents
busy
need to be
nowadays.
here.
Yeah, nowadays elders are also busy with their laptop or mobile phone doing their office work. So almost all the people in the house is now attached with their digital devices.
Yeah. So how good is
That's a
the
challenge, actually. That's a
yes?
big
So
challenge.
how good is Zindagi online right now? Because uh, um, you know what? As parents, we have actually got to find time for our children. For people who don't have kids, that's a different issue. They can have their 24-hour sessions on online sessions. They can work online. That's a different issue. But even for them, it's very disturbing. But for parents, I think we have to make it a point to support a child. We have to be there for them. Never, I mean, taking into consideration all the workload we have, everything that we are doing, we need to be there for the child. We need to spend at least 1 hour, we need to spend at least 2 hours with the child, understanding what the child has done. The way they used to tell us when they used to come back from school, that this is what we did in school, this is what was taught to us, this is what happened. So we need to be there for the child. So fine. So tell the child कि ठीक है मैं तुम्हारे साथ बैठ रही हूँ. I am going to explain this to you again. So I feel that this Zindagi online mode should in a way actually bring parents, it should bring relationships more closer to each other. So that's how the entire sphere should be formed, that people start coming more close to each other. They start understanding each other in a better way. They start understanding the needs and wants of a child. And the child starts understanding that whatever my parents say all the time is not wrong, but what my parents say might help me and guide me in my future ventures. So Rajiv, I really wouldn't want to, stray from the point of Zindagi Online, because a lot of points have already been added into it. I suggest you move on to the next speaker so that we can then have a good question answer session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for simplifying the entire concept of Zindagi Online. Now we are moving towards our last speaker, Shailaja ji, for her views and some innovative concepts from Adam. Shailaja ji, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank KCM Connect for giving me this opportunity for being a part of this valuable discussion. And I sincerely thanks Arpita ma'am, Mayuri ma'am, Bhavna ma'am to share their valuable views. And I would like to share the screen. Just a minute. Is the screen visible?
Not yet, ma'am.
No, ma'am, not yet.
Okay. As there are some technical issues. First of all, I would like to ponder upon happiness index. As we all are happiness hunters. So in this pandemic COVID-19 situation, we all are aware that we have to be very much careful about how are we managing our daily life. Without using digital technology. If our children are learning something on Zoom or any other app like Microsoft Teams app, it is just because and it is very, very realistic also to use technology in this pandemic because once we go through such kind of situation like this is the only option which we have to cater. So happiness is something that your when I wake up in the morning, I just ask myself, am I happy? So what I am looking for is important. What I'm thinking is also important. What I am myself is important. So it is not about that we to manage this situation. That means we have to looking for happiness classes. Many of the government schools are also looking for happiness classes. It's not a class which is of longer duration. Generally, it is of half an hour. But yes, it is there. It is yet to be planned in many other schools, but the concept has already been originated in many of the government schools. Personally be knowledgeable, but definitely it should have fun. So there are many companies I can give is again very important, and that is again dependent upon what is your perception towards life. I don't want to discuss any negative thinking of uh, any person, but yes, definitely people go under depression. We have the case of Sushant Singh Rajput. Definitely it is in everybody's life that people go under depression. It's a temporary phase of our life. So what is your vision is important. Then your strength. Generally it's a management game that we go for SWOT analysis for companies. Strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Now strengths and weaknesses are always internal to the firm, but again they are very important. So as a person, as an individual, what is my strength? That I have to keep on checking. It should not be deviated from my major strength. It should not be deviated towards my minor strength. A little boldness in your behavior is important. So that means you have to analyze yourself every day. It is not like that we do not care about ourselves. It is not like that we are work alcoholic and we are behind our KRAs, that is key responsible areas, and we are engrossed 24 into 7 for our for earning our livelihood. But yes, it is analyzing yourself with your inner feelings. That is, what is my strength? Is it positivity? Is it my positive attitude? Is it my positive behavior? Is it a physical activity which makes me calm, cool? That means I have to analyze myself. Then what is my weakness? It can be a negative attitude. It can be an anger in my behavior. Then again, opportunities and threats are always external. They are external, which is not in one's hands, which is uncontrollable. But again, one has to think about it. Like COVID-19 is a threat. It is a threat for everybody. But yes, for some industries, for some sectors like healthcare and other sectors, it's a it's an opportunity also. So again, happiness index is an integration of one's life, and the integration factor can be done with the help of different elements in our life. There is a company, there is a telecom regulator of UK, Ofcom. Generally, the survey of that company says that 34% of all internet users go for technology detox after some time. That means if you are fed up, like Arpita ma'am said, कि अगर मुझे Facebook check करना होता था पहले, अब मुझे लगता है कि नहीं, it's fine. So that means if you are addicted to it, if you think it is not at all, it is not at all helping you for a longer time. But yes, we have to accept it that we can't avoid it. We have to manage our daily life with the help of digital technology, as we all are very much concerned about our future. Our daily activities can't be stopped. Our children can't stop learning because of COVID-19. Our career can't be spoiled because of COVID-19. So if we have to enhance our knowledge and if we have to survive in this world, we have to be thankful to the IT revolution, that is information technology revolution, because of which we are connected today. As we are on Zoom today, it is just because of IT Act and IT revolution. So for me, it is very important to manage our daily life in this pandemic. No doubt the situation is really, really worst, but I'm thankful that we are able to connect ourselves. We are able to exchange our views. We are able to play fun activities like Bhavna ma'am has um, Bhavna ma'am has told us many activities. Because of the internet connectivity, because of some technical issue, I was not able to play the game. But yes, I was somehow listening to her very carefully. So it is a blessing also. It is a disguise also. It is a boon also. It is a bane also. Every new thing has its pros and cons. So it is a time where we can connect virtually, we can exchange our views virtually, and we can enhance our knowledge virtually. And with all the integration in our life, we can manage our work life better, we can manage our health in a better manner. So overall, we can manage our productivity, efficiency, and creativity in a better manner if we connect to the digital technology. So from my side, uh, it is very clear that I am very thankful for the blessings with the which is there in technology, and definitely everything has its pros and cons. So there are some negative consequences also, which Arpita ma'am has already discussed, and Mayuri ma'am, Bhavna ma'am has already discussed. So it's very obvious and apparent that we should accept this challenge collectively and with grace so that we can manage it in a better manner. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for introducing happiness index, happiness activity, and classes, the concept of technological part in it.
Thank you, sir.
And now we are moving towards our question answer session. We are expecting questions from participants to our speakers about the Zindagi Online topic, or whatever things are in your mind, you can ask, and our speakers will definitely give their expert opinion on it. So forum is open for taking questions.
think audience is hesitating because the only question right now with every one of us is when will life return to normal?
Not exactly.
Yes, sir.
In fact, the input has been so much.
Yes, sir.
I have already filled 2 pages.
My God.
Uh, and I would like to thank all of you for the inputs or the knowledge that you have given. It will take time to assimilate. I have got, in fact, I have been talking to my son and grandsons. They are all in Calcutta. Son is working from home. He's in Tata Steel. Elder grandson is doing his MBBS, and he is also studying at home. And the younger one is with Don Bosco School. And whenever I talk to them, somebody is sleeping till 12 o'clock in the morning. All the time has gone haywire. And all jigsaw puzzle has started falling into place little bit. All of you have been excellent, I would say.
Thank you.
Excellent in the sense that you have touched upon so many issues. And moreover, since I am involved with one of the schools, we have got 2,200 students there. And we have been doing online classes right from standard 1 to +2. Their responses, their feedbacks, I was always finding it very difficult when I talk to word of difference. And with all your inputs, I would say a little bit of reasoning has started place. And I take this opportunity to thank all of you. Probably after thinking it over for 2-3 days, I will be in a position to interact with them much better. Thank you, Rajiv. Thank you, all the 4 speakers of today.
Thank you very much, sir. And to introduce, let me introduce to whom you all were talking and to whom you were listening. It's Mr. Ramesh Nandaraju, the former senior, hello,
I was the ex-CFO of Tata Steel.
ex-CFO of Tata Steel and the executive director of Tata TRF Limited. And now he is writing book on economics and finance related things.
नमस्ते सर, बहुत अच्छा लगा आपसे मुलाकात होके.
Same here. See, this is what technology helps. We are able to meet you today online.
Rajiv,
Thank you so very much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Rajiv, I just want to give an input to the very distinguished speakers as well as to the audience. One is that the distinguished speakers talked about happiness. Happiness is something which you find within yourself.
That's
It is
true.
not something which will come from outside. So it's your attitude that makes the difference. The situation of pandemic today is such that you individually cannot control it. You have to take precaution. That is one side of it. But you cannot. Like what happened in World War II or World War I. When you are in war room, you can do something like what Charles de Gaulle did or what other side did. But here we cannot do. We are fighting an unknown enemy. That is one aspect which you cannot do. So, but something which you cannot do, you cannot be unhappy about it. So, I'll quote one stanza from the Bhagavad Gita, which I'm very fond of reading. It says in the 9th stanza of the 2nd chapter, it says, Ashocyan anvashocastam, pragyavadamsha bhashase, gatasun agatasun, nanushocanti pandita. Something which you cannot control, there's no point of worrying about. So you don't worry about something which you need not worry about. So pandemic is something which you cannot worry about. You have to take action wherever you can. It will make you extremely happy if you do something for the society at this time. As my old friend Rajiv, and he has been my student in XLRA, also a very, very distinguished student, he has said, I'm running, I'm a trust in which we run 6 schools. We have more than 8,000 students in 6 or 7 schools that we run, and in one college. All our teachers are taking online classes, and we have to keep those morale of the teachers very happy, very high, so that the extra effort that they are putting is always, high. Otherwise, they will also get frustrated, and education will not go on. So far, we have been able to successfully do so. Keep the morale of the teachers very high. What you can do within your own sphere of activity is something like this. Our local administration, what you can do to the society in the pandemic time. Our local administration, the deputy commissioner of this place, told us we have an association of 52 schools, private schools, of which myself and one of my friends had them. He told us 30,000 packets of Horlicks to them so that their hemoglobin level is kept high. What does private schools can do? So we told them that we made a quick estimate, and we said, okay, we can collect some money from each of the schools, and then we can. So what we did was online without going anywhere. We first asked other schools to give us some 1 lakh or 50,000, whatever they can do. Money collected from that. We ordered from Hindustan Unilever Ranchi more 7,500 packets of Horlicks, 500-gram packet, and got it delivered to the local administration. They in turn delivered to the needy, lactating women and pregnant ladies. I must say that the local administration has become so efficient. In fact, it is so in all the states. At this time, the local administration, state government machinery is working around the clock and with highest level of efficiency. I must acknowledge that the local administration had complete data of every block and how many ladies are expecting child and how many are recently delivered lactating women. They had. So they exactly moved these 7,500 packets to blocks where 100% of these ladies got this input. Similarly, they suddenly said that migrant labor was coming into the town in hundreds of them, and they come without food, without money, and they have to go back to the respective villages. On the arrival at the railway station, they need something. So 10,000 packets of 200-gram biscuit and 1 bottle of water kept ready at the railway station. As soon as the workers came, they were given biscuit and water, and then they are checked, that thermal checking, and they go to the bus to the. So from the time they arrive in the railway station and they go to the village, at least there's 2 hours gap. So the 2 hours are, they are comfortable with a packet of biscuit and some water, at least that is comfortable. So all these activity which you can do in and around your community will make you extremely happy. You will feel great that God has given you this opportunity to serve the people. Similarly, when you are in school, there are so many teachers here. The students are feeling, inbound in the house. So make their classes interesting. Form small group of 10 or 15 students. Let them have some game one day, Antakshari online, someday, a quiz online. You can give them Lego sets of so many blocks, and then have a, like a competition. So these can make their learning more fun and more educative. So make the best use of this time. Since you cannot control that much, you can do. is not going to change the situation. So that is something which you should never do. Thank you very much, Rajiv, for.
Thank you very much, sir.
Wrong, it has done good also for us. We are
Yes.
connected.
Yeah.
That is the best part of it, is
Yeah.
we are actually connected. We are bringing out new norms of education. Earlier it was rote learning, it has now changed. Now it will be blended learning. So a lot of changes and good things are also coming, and that is what we have to inculcate among our children who are actually in the threshold of this particular things. They are from rote learning, they will be changed into blended and other different mode of learning. So it's a very nice thing which you have said. I really agree to it. So it's like engage, excite, and explore. These three things should come among the children. That is 3 E's, which I simply say.
Thank you very much, sir. Sorry, there was some network issue at mine, so I got disconnected. So to all the audience, all the speakers, you are listening to Mr. Chandrasekhar Balasubramanian, sir, who is Senior GM of Finance of Tata Tinplate Limited, and has had expertise on turnaround, which we in general terms know IPO. So he is expert on that. He is visiting
Yes, sir.
faculty at XLRI Jamshedpur for the finance area, and to top of everything, currently he is holding position as joint chairman of DBMS Board of Trustees, that Dakhin Bharatiya Mahila Samiti. And this DBMS board runs so many schools and a college also in Jamshedpur. So it was Mr. Chandrasekhar,
Nice,
sir.
nice meeting, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
sir.
We learned a lot from sir. Thank you, sir, for sharing your insights. Thank you so much.
So over to
Thank
Tatagaji.
you. Thank you, Chandrasekhar Balasubramanian sir and
Thank
Namesh
you.
Chandrajogji for your expert opinion on our today's topic that we are discussing here. Now I'd like to invite Mr. Abhishek Dutt, sponsor and counseling partner, Vedang Educom, so that you can share your opinion and views with us as we are always coordinate among each other. Abhishek ji.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
I hope I can hear. You can hear me.
Yeah, you are
We
audible.
can hear you.
Can you hear me loud and clear? Okay, fine, great. Right, it has been really wonderful to have Sundays utilized over past 3 months, really productive way, rather than sleeping or just not attending business calls or moving around only to your neighborhood parks. But I guess I'll just quickly introduce myself for the people who don't know me. A few people I'm a little aware because they had been participating in previous series of webinars. I'm Abhishek Dutt. I have taken voluntary retirement from working full-time for universities now. It is very pretty early age for me to take that kind of a step, but it's very different feeling altogether. I'm into education for almost a decade now, particularly international higher education sector. So I always wondered, I had completed my bachelor's and I've completed after returning my PG from the UK, I came back to India, and due to inspiration from family members, I had pursued MBA distance learning from Anna Malai University. I never knew that distance education existed in India apart from Indira Gandhi Open National University. I think this is the time UGC, AIU, or many administration and policy making authorities and regulators should actually focus on. Is the distance learning the new name called digital learning now? Because distance learning was always regarded as a very, very disregardful means of education, whether it's school, whether it's a tertiary education, whether it's a research. Even now, it is so disappointing to see in the Gazette of India or Employment News. If you look at, if you have attained a 2-year qualification from an Indian institution, which is fully recognized by the UGC and the regulators, but still you're not able to apply for that position because it is not a full-time governed departed education. However, if it is a part-time or a distance education, you are a degree holder, but without some kind of a incompleteness. So I think now when everywhere in the world, including the Harvard Business Schools and Yale and Princeton and Cambridge and Oxford, such institutions are forced by, not by the choice, but actually by the circumstance to move on to a distance and digital learning mode and online teaching. Why isn't that this is the right, as I think many of you have already said in your discussion today, it is a transformation. Everything has a pro, everything has its con, everything is positive and negative. Television was a revolution. Television today is a curse for parents because I believe everyone is carrying this mobile handphone, which is as good as a laptop, which is a curse to parents now for my generation, because our kids are always on this phone and playing some apps on and games around. And we remember when we were not even 20 years of age and we were not being given an access to a color television. Color television to a home was a blessing that time. Or if something is really coming to a very, very elite class of family or somewhere in a very rich kind of environment, if you are looking at. And then after that, I think after 2000 era, after the millennium year, pretty much from the last 2 decades, technology itself has turned the tables multifold. Whether it's education, whether it's technology, whether it's healthcare, whether it's manufacturing, whether it's retail. We were talking about the printing. I remember the government orders, or I remember the official orders which used to come from a head office from a company for an appointment of an employee. Used to take 15 ordinary working days to get a post received by yourself. But now it's just an email or even a WhatsApp is considered as an official intimation for a joining order. And related to that, this integration has made a local person really global. So the varsity of such an outreach has become so much tremendous. I think when we talk about the revolution and even the end consumption in India, whether it's mobile phones or whether it's the bandwidth of the internet and fiber, broadband, the consumption overall, if you look at in 7 continents, majority of the number of market share for all the big edtech sectors have been the Indian institutions. So this is what we have realized. And who can give me the best case study? But then I can tell you the best case study on April 27th this year, amid a complete lockdown, which was to be announced 3rd time in the country, when people were shutting off their businesses and people were pulling off their, investments and capital from all their businesses, whether it's education, whether it's schooling, whether it's any business. And SET came in because I was always consulting to universities for student recruitment, outreach, and partnerships. We incepted this brand of consulting firm called Vedang Educom, and it took me no rupee. I'm assuring you, and I'm giving this to all audience. It has not got even 1 rupee investment from my pocket as of now to open up this firm. And I have already roped in by the human resource capital around 75 educators across the country who are into the counseling and coaching with the students at all levels, from 12th standard to PG and research level standards. And we have taken 3 months now to actually establish that and create this opportunity after working from home. So I believe this is definitely a blessing. This is definitely a boom to a sector like education, where in India, particularly, we have been, after independence, there is a lot of reforms being made, a lot of thoughtful processes have been taken that, how rural education should be implanted, how people and kids there in the rural sector or below the poverty line or the unprivileged people should be able to get access to education. I think this has given actually the right platform to penetrate into those areas with the right direction, and all you need is just a determination and a dedication. So I believe this has really come up with a very positive hope. I would say that it stays the pandemic, but I think the reformation which has taken place, this should really go lifelong, and this should enable a lot of knowledge sharing and knowledge dissemination amongst the institutions and the scholars. This is what we believe as an educationist. So thank you everyone for having this platform. And really, it was so nice to have these thoughts gathered from all of you distinguished dignitaries. And that was really wonderful to see that still people do accept the new challenges and new reforms which take place, whether it's in technology shape, whether it's in the phenomena, and the best part is about accepting the right kind of attitude which people should carry for further development and growth together. So thank you very much. Thank you, Tadhagat. Thank you all the speakers, and thank you Rajiv from KCM Connect for arranging this wonderful afternoon.
Thank you, Abhishek ji. Thank you for nice encouragement and nice profile sharing on behalf of you about the Vedang Educom. Now we are almost at the end of our session. Before conclude our entire webinar, I'd like to thank Bhavna ji, Mayuri ji, Dr. Arpita, and Dr. Shailaja ji, along with Chandrasekhar Balasubramaniam sir, Ramesh Nandaraj Jog ji, and Mr. Abhishek Dutt, and other participants for such an informative seminar and making it a very successful one. Our special thanks to our knowledge and counseling partners, Be Ahead Consulting and Vedang Educom.
Thank you, everyone. We also really enjoyed attending the program. I would like to be excused for a little bit of disturbance which came on the way. And Arpita ma'am rightly took it very nicely by saying that this was Zindagi Milegi Dobara. Like these things may come in between. So anyways, let's all believe in what Radhakrishnan has said, that if you can't change the events in your surrounding, but at least try to change yourself and adapt as per your aim. So with this, I will also take my exit, and I would like to congratulate KCM Connect Forum for starting this kind of program, which we'll look forward in joining again if so need be. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you everyone again for such a wonderful webinar together. And we will meet again with another interesting topic to know about. Till then, stay safe, stay home. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.